Hi, everyone. Karen Roby here for Tech Republic. We're talking today with Ed Felten. He is the current chief scientist for blockchain startup Off-Chain Labs. And I understand, Ed, you are also a Princeton computer science professor and have been for, 25 years now. So you're a busy man.
Indeed.
Thank you for being with us. We're going to talk today a little bit about software developers, and probably a good place to start, I think. And we do have a lot of conversations here on Tech Republic about this. But why do you see that we have such a high demand right now for developers?
Well, people are doing more things than ever using computers and the internet, and everything that happens there is built by software developers. And as long as that's the case, as long as we have the pace of change and innovation in the field that we have, software developers are going to be needed to make it go. So, and there's really no end in sight to that need as far as I can see.
And when you talk about developers in terms of the industries, the sectors that are most in need of developers, which areas are you seeing that, and how do we get them there?
Software developers are needed a lot in the software industry, but really almost every company these days is in some kind of software business. If you make anything, if you're providing a service to consumers really at all, you are involved in technology. So we're seeing software development become an integral part of a lot more companies and a lot more sectors. So the answer really is almost anywhere where there's a company that's doing more than just one simple thing, there's a need for software developers.
And when you talk about, Ed, the languages, and again, we talk a lot about that here on Tech Republic and on ZDNet. What, in your opinion, is the most valuable language that developers need to be learning right now?
I mean, I think the starting point for a lot of things is basic web technologies. And in terms of programming languages, that probably puts JavaScript number one. There's still a lot of innovation in programming languages, and people talk about what is the hot thing these days. Probably there's a lot of interest these days among thought leaders in the space in Rust as a language that lets people write big software in a way that's safe and efficient. That's probably the number one thing that in terms of a trend.
All right, and there at Princeton, Ed, what do you find when you talk to students, most often what are they finding when going into the job market? Obviously, we know that they are in demand, but what are some of the things that they're asking for, and what are some of the things that they're experiencing?
Sure, they are in huge demand. Really, one of the things that's, I think, a little different about the current group of students who are going out compared to in the past is they really want to believe that what they're doing is making people's lives better and changing the world in a positive way. And that doesn't have to be, solving world hunger or world peace, but they really do want to believe that what they're doing is to the benefit of the public. There's a lot of questions people ask about the software industry and are they doing good or not? Students really want to be part of doing good and making things better.
And so do you think, Ed, that, we tend to think that everything comes down to money and in terms of the best job, and you want to attract the best talent, that you got to pay them right, and you have to constantly keep lifting that bar. So what are some of the things that they are asking for? We hear a lot of them want to work remote and things like that. What are you hearing in that way?
They want to have control over where and when they work. One of the things that people value the most is being part of a really great team. They want to be in an environment that's welcoming to themselves and to all sorts of people. But I think it's really the excitement of who they're working with and what they're doing that is a differentiator for a lot of them, especially students who have a lot of choices and who are have salaries on offer that seem incredibly attractive to someone who's used to living as a college student. It's really the team and the experience that they value, I think.
And do you see that, Ed? If you've been teaching now for, over 20 years, you've obviously seen shifts and some changes in attitudes and things like that. So do you really see that being different now, that type of thinking or that sensibility, as opposed to, say, 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah, I think it's gone through phases. Back when I started, you really had people who just were super into computers, and sort of the hardcore nerds were the only people who studied computer science. I think we went through a phase where more people came in because there was money being made in the area and it was a chance to build something. And now we're seeing, I think, yet a third wave, even more expansion of the computer science students population into people who are, for whom the technology work is more integrated with their idealism and their broad interests. People see that almost no matter what it is you want to do in life, having a background in computer science is useful, helps you do it more effectively.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, we certainly appreciate your time here with us today in Insight. If you'd like to learn more about our interview here and what we've been talking about with developers, make sure you check out Tech Republic. Thanks for watching.